What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hemi,
That is your boy Kyrie.
and welcome to
What's
the
the
Point?
point? Why you look away again? What is
I don't know. I don't
what is
know.
distracting
Some
you?
sort of
Anyway,
natural moment that happens. I think
hello,
I'm just
welcome again.
expecting us to fail, so I look away.
Yes, this
But
distraction.
anyway, welcome everybody to another episode. Today we are doing a movie double feature. Wait, a double feature movie review. Yes, that is what we're giving you today. The movies we are going to Oh no, Nugget, go ahead and introduce them other two.
Oh, okay, yeah. Before we get into the movie, this is the day, honey. I'm saying something. Y'all ready for a Kiki, honey? Let's get into it. First and foremost, let's bring up our guys, our producers. You know them, you love them. Carter Jesse Sam, what's poppin'? That hand bringing, honey. I like that. Yes. What's going on, guys? How are you guys feeling today?
Got keen and peachy.
Yeah, it is. It's a morning, afternoon. I don't know what time it is.
Yes.
Anyway,
Here we go. So the movies we're reviewing today
yes.
are Hard Eyes and The Woman in the Yard. So we're kind of going to give you a moment where we give you the trailer, then we'll come in and discuss. So the first movie we're going to talk about today is The Woman in the Yard.
Yes.
Take it away, Shazam.
Let's get into this picture right because Hemi. But when we brought it the first time, you said you wanted to kick her out the gym.
I did, but we'll get into that after we watch the preview.
I just want to say people love on that because
Here's the
it looks
preview,
like she's
people.
waiting for a bus that's never coming. You know what I'm saying? Like she just
Oh, stupid.
that 5 o'clock bus.
Mommy, are you gonna have a good day today or a bad day?
I just feel so sorry.
Now that Daddy's dead, we're still gonna live here?
You know what? I don't know.
Ooh, pity me.
What's in these? What am I tasting? Doritos? I like it. And Mom, there's a woman in the yard.
Who is that?
I don't know.
Where'd she come
I
from?
don't know that either. Maybe she's dead.
Mama!
Come here, baby. It's nothing to be scared of, okay?
Daddy will know what to do.
All right.
Hello? Can I help
I'm
you?
not doing anything.
Mute.
My husband will be back very soon.
We both know your husband's not coming home. I don't come unless I'm called. Today's the day.
Why is your face covered?
How did she get here?
Mama, I think she's closer.
And you got 10 seconds to get off my property.
You children are such darlings, ripe enough to eat.
Who is this woman? Huh? I am trying to protect you. Close the blinds, Tay. She needs a light to make her shadow. Come on.
You've been praying for me. Let me help you like you asked me to.
Stay away from my family.
Today's the day.
And there you have it. So let's get into it. Kyrie, would you like to start us off? You've been dying to talk about this, so let's go.
So, here's my thing. I think that it did not go in the okay, I'm trying to start this. It tried to be a like psychological horror type of situation, but it didn't really come out
What?
that way. I get where it was going, but here's the
So,
thing that I got from the movie.
Say
Oh,
whether you liked it or
well,
not.
just to pause first, just give a description of what the movie is supposed to be about. So, it's supposed to be Ramona. She's a widow. Apparently, she had been in a car accident with her husband prior to this, and she has been experiencing a lot of depression. She's been really hard on her children, and we see the ongoings of her life as she's proceeding through her grief. So that's where we begin with this movie. Then one fateful day, they look outside and they find the woman sitting outside in the yard in a chair. So now we go forward.
okay. What this was for me, it was a manifestation of depression and suicidal thoughts. Everything was her. She caused the accident. She wasn't happy. That woman in the yard was her. It was a reflection of her. It was her shadow. Like, that's what it was. And it was driving her to suicide. So
Yeah, straight up
that's what
spoilers.
threw me. That's what I got from it. And understanding where it was coming from took away the horror aspect of it. Because the shadows and things, like the shadows, like when you have depression and things like that, those shadows are what you cast on your family, the damage it can do to people with lies. Because she lied and said he was driving, but she was the one driving. Like, she pretty much everything was her fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just a manifestation of her own grief and turmoil. The R's played a big part in it because they had a whole duality in the mirror world of it all. And I think that's kind of where the supernatural part of it was supposed to come into play, with her constantly talking about her daughter writing the R's backwards. And she was telling her, showing her how to write them the right way. And then if you look at the very end of the movie and you see the painting, you see it's written backwards at the very end. One could say they're in the quote unquote mirror world where she did not take her life, and in the real world she did. It could give that aspect, but that's what it took me when I was watching it. Like, this is not a horror movie. This is just an outward. It's like an outward. It's an outward manifestation of someone's depression and how it can be driven to suicide. And it's shown how, like, manifested through a dark entity that is like, coming for your kids or some shit like that. Because even when she had the points when she stabbed her daughter, but it was a pillow, it's showing she's thought about killing her children. She's not happy. You understand what I'm saying? And it's being manifested in this way. And it's showing, like, how dark it can get when you're not happy. And just like in the point when she was showing the dark side, her shadow, that's essentially was her shadow. She was showing what the kids' lives could be like without her, or was with her if she had got her shit together. I'm not entirely sure about that, but what I was getting from that was she was showing them, because the shadow was driving her towards suicide. So what I was getting from that was she was showing what the kids' lives could be like without her there. But of course, the whole penguin is the MacGuffin, the Deus Ex Machina, if you will, of the shit. And like, I have something worth living for, like, all that type of whatever. So it turned its head and stopped being a horror movie for me and started being a representation of what it's like going through grief and the stages of grief, and how if you let it, grief can take you to a really fucking dark place. So that's, without going far, 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 that's what I got from it on that side. I can rip into it after that. But yeah, what you guys?
You went far. What do you mean without going too far? I'm just saying.
I don't look, I'm sorry. I was sitting
You
on that. I
told
have been
the
sitting on that.
entire
I was
movie.
sitting on that.
Why? You just went over the entire movie.
What the fuck?
And it wasn't even a review. It wasn't even like your opinion. You were just telling the movie.
I'm saying, but because, okay,
Oh
I haven't given my opinion yet, but I was just
wait. He said, "Okay, we watched the woman in the yard, and it was her the whole time.
Right.
was like,
You just
spoilers.
gave the whole thing away right in the beginning.
Oh, I said in the beginning I was going to spoil the movie. I said in the beginning, spoiler for all you motherfuckers. I said it. My opinions could not be contained to
This
an
is
unspoiler
definitely
review.
not Cisco and Ebert.
It is not. No. We got Kyrie and Hemi, bitch. We spoil
Clearly.
the fuck out of these movies.
Oh, Jesus.
Here, what's the point? The point is we spoil fucking movies, bitch. That's what the point is.
No, that's just you.
Right. So
Oh my God.
I'll kind of say how I felt about this movie. I did not enjoy it, and I wanted to enjoy it because it's a black film. I was rooting for you, in the words of Tyra. I was rooting for you to be excellent, and I was sadly disappointed in how the whole movie played out. The preview kind of gives you the entire movie, first of all. You're not missing much if you saw the preview. However, it was giving creepy for a quick moment when she first appeared. And it was like, what's going on? But then the momentum never really picked up for me. Even once she got inside the home, it was never scary. And the preview makes it you think that it's going to be like this scary movie that you're gonna be jumping and freaking out, but it wasn't that. And then it was just, I knew that she had, for me, it was that she had called Death, like she wanted to kill herself, and so Death was coming to say, "Girl, I came to help you do it. Come on, let's get this done."
Very
And-
same. I got that very same thing. Yeah.
Right. So it was like, today's the day. We're gonna get this done. You're gonna kill yourself and we're gonna move on. I got other places to be. That's what it kind of felt like.
She
But-
was carrying her along. She kind of was.
Yeah, but it was just, and then the end was so like I don't know where it left me. So I was just kind of sitting there like, what just happened? Did she defeat her? Did she not? What? I know she went inside her because she was basically her shadow, but it was just very confusing at the end. And then, she kind of says, the boy says, is she coming back? And she's kind of like, not today anyway. So it's like, I know she's fighting this depression and grief. So it could come back tomorrow because she may feel a certain way again. But it just didn't. The whole movie didn't sit well with me. I could have had a V8.
I think what it is we had this discussion previously. You like movies that make you think and all of that, but this movie didn't set you up for that. You know what I'm saying? Like this movie set you up for a horror movie. So you go into it expecting what you see in the shadows and shit.
No,
She
I
gonna
expected
do
to
some
think.
shit.
I expected to think. Horror movies make me think. Like, who's the
but
killer?
what I'm saying is,
why is the killer doing this? I think those things, and I was thinking some of those things, but it still was just, it was a letdown for me.
It went deeper. I think it went deeper in some places than most people would expect it to go. Now, I agree with you 100%. Now, overall, I can fuck with it knowing what I know now, but what I don't like was all the setups for scares that didn't pay off. That shit I did not fucking like at all. And that's what I was talking with the shadows and shit. They could have done way more with them shadow shits. Instead of her just fucking when the wind chimes, push the motherfucker. Do something. Like, what the fuck happened to the dog? You buried I'm just assuming she buried the motherfucker. But it's like there's so many gaps that they left and so many opportunities for good quality jump scares that they did not seize those opportunities. And I think that they were so story driven on this point of mental health that it lost a whole lot of the horror aspect. And on the side of them kids were a little too mild. Not the daughter, the son. I get it, going through pain. But boy, that thing with the ball and shit, oh, I'd have threw that ball just at him. The fuck? No, kidding. I'm joking. I wouldn't do that. But that's the only part I can really say I didn't like was it sets you up for something that it wasn't. It gave you this false belief that you're going into a horror movie or a suspenseful type of movie that it doesn't give you that. It gives you mild suspense, mild horror, if that. And that's the only thing about it that I don't like. You know what I'm saying?
I
I
don't
think
think
overall it was okay, but it just didn't. It didn't give what it's trying to sell, in my opinion.
I don't think
So
her
I
grief
don't.
and stuff took away from the scare. I think just wasn't scary. But y'all could come up, producers, weigh in. I hear y'all. I know y'all want to say something, so go ahead.
I can hear you vibrating.
Finally, Irv.
That's why I was like, I won't say too much because Herb been talking and running his mouth. But I mean, Kyrie.
Thank you for
Oh,
what?
yeah, yeah. Anyway, uh, so I um I watched this movie off the first preview or whatever. I didn't see the other previews, so I was expecting it to be a scary movie, and it just wasn't that. Like, so now the fact that I say that it wasn't that is like half the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, half the movie is in the dumps for me because it's not what it was expected to be. Now, when we was talking about it, when uh you said your part of it, and you said your part of it, Hemi. When I was thinking about it in hindsight, okay, I was like, okay, I could see that. Okay, I could see that or whatever, but it just wasn't what I
Move your
expected.
mic closer to you, big guy.
It just wasn't what I expected to be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as um points of the movie or whatever, um, just don't have none. Like, like, Sam, you got something.
Well, yeah, I already went in on it. So the good points. It was directed pretty well. There were good shots.
You'll
Oh
get it from a
God.
director's perspective.
Yeah, I'm trying to glean something positive from it.
No, we're speaking from a viewer's perspective. Did it give you what it needed to give you?
And
I
that's
just like everyone else said, I went in expecting something completely different. I was expecting something compelling, some horror, some jump scares, a bit of mythology, and it just left us none. I didn't really understand what was going on, and even when I got a particular idea of what might be going on, you still never got anything solid to really
Mm-hmm.
make you feel, securing your stance of what you're watching and what you're
Like you
taking
were going
in.
on a journey with her.
Right. And I don't know. Then it just, I think it's just left way too much up to the audience to figure out. There weren't enough breadcrumbs.
Yes.
And then we
I
got
agree with that.
the
I agree with that.
reveal. And I'm not even sure if it was a reveal, but when she
Right.
actually took on the entity, I don't.
That it was at that point that I realized it was her.
Okay, so I have to spoil it somewhat, but it's already spoiled anyway. But
Right.
Right. I
so
didn't told the whole damn movie at this point.
so I went and checked the description for this, and they pretty much said that what she was dealing with was her psychosis, like you said. But my issue with it is that what caused the supernatural aspects.
A manifest. That's why I said it had to be a manifestation of
So
her grief and want to commit suicide. Because remember, in the point when she said every day she gets up and say, "Give me strength," and she said, "What are you saying that for?" And she said, "For my kids." She said, "No, you're not. You're saying that for the little dark parts inside of you that want to be free."
yeah, but what was the what was the confirm of that she said that. But what was the confirmation of that?
I think it was the fact that as it showed it, like the scene when she was sitting outside and she was pulling off the drape or the veil, and it was her, and she was saying, "I'm drowning." That was her and how she truly felt about her life. You know what I'm saying? She felt like she was drowning. So it was all pretty much up here. Like one could say the movie was
Well,
kind of
see, but
back
that's
in her
the
mind.
only thing though. Like you can't. The fact that the kids could see this thing
Right.
makes it not up here. Like it tells you that this thing
And
is
this thing
of
is
her.
affecting reality.
It's of
Like,
her, but her kids could see this thing too. So that is what throws you off from
Yeah.
saying it was in her mind.
Okay,
right.
I'll
Like
give you
it
that.
was some kind of she manifested death, but this thing was real because the kids could see it and talk to it. It wasn't just like she was the only one seeing it in her mind, which might have made it what your explanation more um valid. If she was the only one seeing this lady, then it would have been just a manifestation of her mind. But the kids could see this woman and talk to her and things like that, which then throws you off like, what is happening?
Yeah, so it makes no sense that it was just her psychosis that she was dealing with. It was some actual something that she either brought in, called in, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think it's also a nod to what can happen when you go down that road and let your psychosis embrace those types of thoughts and how dark it can get. And that's why I keep going back to the like we all say, it is a manifestation, but I think we're all just talking about different ways it manifests itself, but the one agreeable point is that it can manifest itself as a dark entity if you allow it to do so. And it can affect your reality if you allow it to do so. You know what I mean? And that's what I was taking from it. It was like it had manifested itself into this dark shadow that was now affecting her kids and how she saw her and everything. Because even with the short clip, when her son kept throwing the ball to piss her off, she reached for that knife. You know what I'm saying? So in her mind, she was like, you make me so mad I can kill you right now. So yeah, I agree with you guys. It was like her manifesting death in a way because she was ready to go. She was tired. She was done, and she just lost her husband, who she was going to divorce him or leave him. She kind of she killed him.
Um, and this is why we need uh, panels like this to 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 discuss movies or whatever, because just hearing you talk about what you see in the movies, I was like, okay, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Like
so,
I
so
But I think that is what this movie was doing is everybody clearly all four of us came out with different thoughts.
yes,
And I felt like the movie is written in a way that it allows too many different outcomes to where you kind of get upset because it's like, was it this? Was it that? I have no idea what the hell was actually going
yeah,
on.
and I can get how, like you said, the ending is confusing. I agree with you because of all the jumping around
yeah.
and the memories that come in. I understand, that it doesn't really give you a clear, concise what the fuck just happened.
Okay, so to explain the ending, so there was a point where the entity confronts Ramona. She's the main character, the mother that went through the car accident. When she confronts Ramona and she takes her into, I guess, a dream sequence where she thinks she's seeing her husband. What's his name?
Side note, he's gorgeous. That actor is gorgeous. Just
Oh,
saying.
I'm trying to remember his name. Let me see.
Nugget, you said it. What was his name?
I know he played David in the movie, but I don't know his actual name,
Oh, I
unfortunately.
think that's what Cole was
Um,
just trying to.
he played a dad on Being Love.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
and he's also from Grimm. That's what I
Yes,
remember
He's been in
mostly
a
from.
lot of stuff. He's been in
yes,
a
and
lot of
he like that. I don't, whatever his name is, shout out, honey, because you are. Woo.
I'm trying to give him. I'm trying to give Cole time to find the name.
Yeah, I
I
totally
can keep
got
on
it.
talking. I
Are you
have
talking about the character's name or the actual actor?
The actor's
the
name.
actor. I can get. Look, I have more to say. I
I
can
can tell
continue to
you the
keep
one that
going.
y'all heard.
But okay. Well, anyway, she goes in. She sees her husband in the dream sequence, and within the dream sequence, you can see that everything is in reverse. So I'm guessing that kind of represents a type of limbo because he's not alive. And so when we get to the very end of the movie, where she confronts the entity and she finally convinces her, like, "Hey, I'm here to help you to have you take your life." And we never see what happens. We go outside, and all of a sudden she's with the kids. But if you remember, she looks back and starts seeing that everything is in reverse, which is to tell us that she's dead. So she took her life, and what she was seeing was the limbo where everything would be great for her.
Okay, so
Oh, I get it. Well, her husband is still there.
Right.
what?
And the kids
So
are all right and stuff. So,
what?
That makes sense.
What time did they reveal that she was dead?
wait, what time did they reveal it?
They
Yeah.
revealed it by the painting, with the R being backwards. That's how they revealed it at the very end with the painting, with the R being backwards, showed
Okay.
that she took her life and that she was in that other space where
Maybe
everything
her
was
version
good.
of heaven or something.
And
Yeah.
also,
Oh, that's
the
right. Iris
telltale.
Haven.
That's why the girl kept making everything with reverse letters, so we would think about that stuff in the movie.
Yeah.
And the
I
farm had a name at the end. Because remember, he said he wanted the farm to have a name. So she took her life in the end.
Sure.
The movie could have been good.
That's how I feel at this point. Sure. Let's go with that.
The movie
And
had
he
some
said, for all that
bones,
to
but
say,
the
sure, whatever,
execution
honey.
was just
Okay.
wrong. The
Girl,
execution was just off.
I'll buy that for $1. Okay, girl.
And I agree with you, Shazam. I feel like it had it had something, but it just wasn't executed
It wasn't.
properly for me as a viewer.
I agree with y'all 100% on that. Like,
His name is Russell Hornsby.
he is so fine. Russell, hello, how you doing?
Yeah, okay. After BMF, I just couldn't stand him no more.
But yeah, that movie was a mind trip. It was a mind trip. Would I watch it again? Probably not. As someone who has survived suicide and attempts and things, I don't need a reminder. I don't need that. I'm good.
Yeah, it just wasn't.
Uh,
It could, I don't know, a number two where we get some actual mythology behind what actually happened might do it some justice. But as far as what we
mythology
got
was
right
there.
here, no, it wasn't. Not really. No, no. We
It
just
was
things were just happening. People just showing up in yards. I mean, no. Uninvited.
like,
Didn't bring no tea, no sugar, just no.
I think, like Hemi said, the way it was just presented did not give you a full grounded sense of what was happening, and it created too many questions behind things just happening. And even with her explanation, the only thing she explained is that she was driving the car, meaning that she lied to her kids and said that he was driving. So that means that you're dealing with the fact that not only did you kill your husband, but you lied. So you don't get that with everything going on. And when they put that in, it's like, okay, it's a tidbit, but it's not not all of what we need. So I agree with Hemi. While I do understand the movie, at the end of it, I was like, honey, come on now, girl,
I could have had a V8.
honey,
For those old enough to know that
brum brum,
that,
yes,
that
very much.
phrase.
Right.
Okay, honey, yes. Where's the beef? Let's go there. Where's the beef? If you know
So
that, okay.
wow.
Pull that one out the hat, honey. But final thoughts before we move on to the next movie.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
I'll give it a 5.
Uh,
Eric gives it a -1.
You can tell by the
Crossbones and skulls, honey.
I'll give it a 3 for what it could have been.
All right, for the
That's
aspirations of
Giselle.
it all.
Your thoughts?
So we're doing out of 10.
Yeah.
I give it a 5. We'll just shoot it even. It just needed a little bit more sprucing.
It missed the mark. I got the message, but it missed the total mark. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell before we find out. I'm sorry, I got one last thing. Because Hemi pointed this out to me. The jump scare that was supposed to be her grabbing the leg and pulling her across the attic did nothing. It did nothing. Nothing. At all.
Because
It's been done to death. That's why. That's all.
It just felt like you could tell she was laying on the cart and the string was pulling her leg. To me, I could see the special effects that were taken out of the moment, but in my head, I could still see them. It didn't feel like like that was happening. If I could see the behind the scenes of it in my mind as she was being pulled, it was like, but that was just me. The movie wasn't scary at all.
Honestly, it was almost depressing in a way.
So we could wrap this up.
Yeah, let's go. Next up, we're going to cover Hard Eyes. And we did watch this a couple of weeks ago, however, we did have some good footage from it. It was an interesting movie. Hard Eyes was pretty interesting. I would like Hemi for you to kind of kick this one off.
And now it's time for a breakdown.
And I can follow with behind on you.
Not a problem. However, we did all watch this together, and we taped it, and I don't know what may be put in or what we may do.
And now it's time for a breakdown.
Happy Valentine's Day.
That's some wild ass shit, though.
But we do want to give you the preview of Hard Eyes first before we actually talk about it, so that you are all able to see, or for our podcast listeners, hear the preview of what this movie was about. So once again, Shazam, take it away. Or what did you want to say, Kyrie?
Cole, kick it!
Here we go.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. You're just too good to be true.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Hard Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted, and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
This is more than just murder. He's like Cupid with a kink.
We're being chased by a fucking serial killer.
Hey, you good?
Yeah. He's gonna keep killing people. We end it here.
Hey, come on.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right? What was...
Why would he say that?
All right.
That was funny.
All right, so that was the preview for Hard Eyes. So we will get into it. I I'll go first because I'm the prettiest. I'm playing, but no. So for me, Hard Eyes gave what it was supposed to give. It was supposed to be a scary movie, and for me, it was jumping, and there were moments that made you jump, things that caught you off guard. Um, I did kind of figure out who the killer was before it was actually revealed, but I thought the two main characters, Allie and Jay, I think those were their names, played by Mason Gooding, and forgot the other young lady's name from Olivia Holt. But I thought they were a cute little couple together, and the killings definitely gave you something. Like the girl who got killed in the beginning was very
In the wine press. I loved it.
yes,
Yeah.
was very creative. It was a very creative death. Maybe the purpose of the killer was a stretch for me. Like why the killer was killing people only on Valentine's Day. But I thought it was a cute setup that the killer was killing couples and that these two weren't actually a couple. But yeah, the killer felt like I'm still gonna y'all kissed and I'm gonna kill you anyway. But it was like their first date, and well, not even a date. They were just coworkers, and they
Like,
went out to dinner. And the killer was like, "Nope, gonna kill you still." So I thought that was funny when they kept saying like, "We're not even a couple." But that's what I'll give right now. So y'all go ahead and give some takes on some thoughts.
So first when I watched this, it didn't like kind of hit me, but what I love are the killings. All the killings, I liked them a lot. They were so funny. Like I said, from the very beginning with the wine press. No, from the very, very beginning with the engagement, and he shot him in the head with the sniper rifle. That was funny. And then going from there, like I think that the way they kind of set up a lot of the way they killed the people, I think that was what kind of made the movie for me looking back. And the whole thing, I get it now with the couple is they found it hot, like it was their kink to murder couples, and it was just like that's a weird kink, but honey, get your rocks off. But I think it was what it definitely was supposed to be was just a sit down, good time hack slasher with some comedy aspects to it. The scene in the van, that is so funny because we were watching that together, and while they were fucking in the back the entire time, all Hemi kept saying is, "He's killing them. He's killing them right now. He's killing them right now." And we were like, "Hemi, they're fucking. No, he's killing them right now. I'm telling you. Like, no, Hemi, they're making sex. He's killing them. I'm telling you."
It sounded like they was being murdered. Honey.
Yeah, for like 20 minutes. I don't even know, like maybe 15 minutes. Even that. We knew that the whole joke was that while they were talking, the couple in the back was fucking. And we knew they were going to get killed, but Hemi kept jumping the gun the entire time. It was hilarious. It's like, oh, they're dying. They're getting killed right now. And then when they actually died, see, I told you they're getting killed right now. It was just... It gave so much of what it needed to give. It was hilarious. Oh, I gotta shout out the lesbians in the car. Gotta shout it out.
No, you won't.
Gotta do it. And I'm gonna do it. First of all, we love everybody, but this was fucking funny. Okay. We were watching the movie, and it was a point where there was killer was walking around the movie, the drive-in, as you saw.
And you bleeped this out. Oh.
He was hacking and slashing at people, and these two lesbians that were making out.
That's
they
so
were
funny.
sitting in the car, and they rolled the windows. No, there was one wrong. Either they rolled the windows up or they locked the door, one or the other. I think they locked the door. And then he was like, "Why don't you drive off? Why are you just sitting there? See, you deserve to get killed. You deserve to get murdered." We were like, "Hemi."
Yeah, they were just sitting there screaming. You're in a car, and the key's in there.
Oh no! You gotta give Hemi grace. It was a while before he said that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like,
because they had cut the scene and then came back to him,
It was
and
like,
he was still walking around the car, and they
Yeah,
were
that was also the
screaming.
truth. Like,
I
yeah,
was like, "You
he left
deserve
the
to
car
die.
and came
Kill
back,
him."
and they were still sitting there.
yeah.
And when the first time, he was like, before anything happened, he said, "See, they deserve to die. Look at him, just sitting there." And it was like, "Hey, man, nothing happened."
Wait,
And
wait,
then when he
wait,
came back,
wait,
and they were still sitting there, and I thought, "See, I
wait,
told you, they deserve to
wait.
die. They ain't no."
When he said that, I was like, "Oh yeah, they deserve to die."
Right. I'm like, "They deserve to die. You just sitting there, keep walking around the car, y'all just screaming. You could have
And he
turned the
walked
car
on
on and ran him over,
fully around the car, and
but they just screaming."
I feel like this is one of them movies where the overall story and plot didn't necessarily have to matter because it was just so much fun to watch. The chemistry between the two main actors, she fucked him up the whole movie. She gave him a bloody nose, left him in the police station. She left him stranded. Like, oh my God. They played up on the trope of the running scared white woman. So funny to me.
Okay, so this is going to be a segment. Uh, uh, Kyrie, would you care to see what your other co-hosts thought about it?
I was getting to y'all. I mean, do I not? I mean, don't we have time? Do I have to be shortened?
Okay. Okay. Continue.
Oh, now I can continue. No, fine since I've been behested. Uh, I like that this was a complete opposite of Woman in the Yard. While it's a decent movie to watch, it wasn't heavy. And sometimes, to what I have said to him in the past, and this is a good example of with these two movies. Sometimes you do want a movie, it's okay to have something to give you to think about and kind of ponder on. And then sometimes you want something that you could just sit down with your folks and you can laugh and have a good time. And I think Hard Eyes, if nothing else, gives you at least that. So I'll see the floor, concede the floor, see the floor.
I told you, it's always sexual. It's always sexual.
I don't tell you. I thought of you guys. What you guys got?
Well, it's funny because the amount of people that get murdered on the movie is how much I like the movie.
Well, you like this movie because quite a few people died.
Right. So the kill count makes your movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
80%. You know what I'm saying? Some movies don't have to have a kill count or whatever.
But it's a plus.
Right.
No. I like the movie or whatever. I had to remember. I had to look at the previews or whatever in the show or whatever to remember the movie because we watched it so long ago in my mind. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good movie. I don't really know. Okay, he was killing people on Valentine's Day, couples or whatever, because what?
They just got off on it.
They got off on killing couples, I guess.
Yeah. That was it. No,
Yeah, literally, it was their
got
king.
off on it.
Literally, like Kyrie
It was
said,
their
it was
king.
their
They
king.
got off on it.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I liked it.
You made Kyrie hurry up so you could say that. Yeah, I like it. Shazam, what are your thoughts?
This is a very opinion-heavy show.
He took so long. I gotta keep it simple.
I have a lot to say. Okay, I have a lot to say.
Always.
That's the point. That's the point.
Okay, my thoughts. I guess to rewind it a bit. So I actually did enjoy this movie, and I'm going to admit some stuff that isn't easily admittable to as Butch types. But I have a thing for rom-coms. I love romantic
Me
comedies.
too. Me
Sorry,
too.
so.
And I'm not ashamed to say it.
Right.
Like I know something for a good rom com myself. So
I
yeah.
don't care.
So the joy of this movie is the fact that it was a rom-com with a horror happening in it.
Right.
So I was just like, because that's what took me aback when you said this was the trailer gave what it's supposed to give, and I'm like, the trailer is kind of misleading because the trailer just gave us like a straight up horror movie, but when I started watching this, I'm like, this doesn't feel like a horror movie until the first death happens. It's like, and it still felt weird. So as we keep going, we start seeing this couple meet up and they start having all these romantic mishaps and all kinds of shit like you see in a rom-com. Like, what is happening? And then somebody dies horribly. I'm like, okay. So the weird juxtaposition just kind of just cracked me up because I'm like, I'm enjoying the rom-com, but I'm also enjoying the horror movie at the same time. It's like somebody put peanut butter and chocolate together. And I was like, oh my God, I never thought this could be so good.
Right. For the reasons of it all, honey.
So I was just, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yes, it could have been better, and it very much played out a lot like Scream. And I think come to find out was one of the producers or directors was from Scream as well.
Yeah, the producer.
But yes, as Kyrie said, the chemistry between the two lead actors, Mason Gooding and Olivia Holt,
yep,
spot on. I could have watched a regular rom-com with them and enjoyed it quite a bit.
Me too.
We even got to see a little bit of cheesecaking.
Right.
And so I was like, hey, I'm here for it.
I enjoyed the meet cute of it all, like when they met with the coffee shop and they didn't
Right.
like each other, and then he ended up working at her job, and I hate you, and are you trying to steal my job? But I like you at the same time. Rom-com and stuff.
Yeah, we even got a happy ending at the very end of it all. So I was very 80s satisfied. You know, all I needed was a freeze frame. I'm like,
right.
I know that's right.
I recommend it for those who just want something lighthearted with a little bit of killing on top.
What a description.
With your comedy.
What a description.
And it even threw in something for us little BDSM folks with the turn it into a whole kink. I was very satisfied with this one.
I was like, work, honey. That's funny.
And I really love the emoji mask that he wears too. It's
Oh yes, that lit up with the hard eyes.
Like I totally have to get one so I can dress up. So.
Oh, child. The only thing I will say is, I don't think the third person needed to be in there, the little groupie guy. I think with it just being the two, I think that was fine. Because
it needed to be in it because they were kinksters.
And poly is a trend, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it made it creepier that there were three killers, and then it made it more realistic for him to be all over the place versus
right.
It kind of feeling like, and so it made it feel like a monster versus having, well, I guess I did just spoil it. Sorry, y'all.
Spoiled this whole thing.
I pulled the Kyrie. My bad. I didn't even realize what I was doing.
Welcome to my world.
So it made, well, I'll say this, it made the part at the drive-in when they did what they did keep the movie amped up, because you're like, yes, and then it's like, nope, stupid. It's not just that. I'm trying not to spoil it.
Oh, that's already been done.
Right.
That's already been done.
Okay, well, when they killed the one at the drive-in.
Yeah, there's a scene there was a clip that we have from.
And then realized that it still wasn't over. So
yes, yeah. I hope we find that clip because that was a really funny clip. I would love you guys to see that.
Oh, we all moved our head together.
See, they deserve it. They're still sitting there. They deserve to die. Playing with them. Right, before you did the F you.
That is not a weapon. That could work.
Y'all should have had a machete before y'all said they F you.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
Cole, really? On camera?
Girl, look, get it how you get it. How you tell you something.
Look at his face.
I want me to be loud. God damn. Oh, that is just.
It's called love when you do it together.
Once you get in.
Alright, that was
Woo!
like a ninja.
Oh shit!
He always get beat up. He did this happened to him in Scream.
Look when his face was like, really, nigga?
Crack his skull.
Why did you stop?
Hit him again. Hit him again. I don't care if he bleeding out his eyeball. See? He's still moving.
Thanks a lot, Jay.
What?
You're on
That's the shit I would have said.
Oh, on him!
He deserves it.
What did you eat, bitch?
No kidding.
Take the mask off. Is that the Asian man?
Yeah, together.
Yes, it's a simultaneous side turn.
I tried to share some clips, but yeah, the system was not having that, so sorry.
Maybe in post. Maybe in post.
Let me see what I can do with it.
Oh, what can you do with it? Wow.
And I make everything about sex. Okay.
That's for another podcast.
Right.
That's for when you got to pay for that one. Okay.
What's the point?
Right.
After that.
I think that's for OnlyFans.
Right. Talking about seeding the floor and what can you do with it? Like, honey, let me tell you some shit. Okay, so it looks like we all have a good consensus about Hard Eyes. We all kind of agree that we really, really enjoyed it. We all had a really good time watching it as well. And I really like the fact that we had these different types of movies. And we knew they were going to be different, but to have this much of a difference was really, really eye-catching to me. And I liked that it was so different and gave
Did he freeze?
both the thought prospect gave them to think about, but also gave something to just sit and laugh at.
And
Who?
I do
Did
want
Cole hit one of these?
No, you did. You froze though.
I did?
Yes. You
Oh, well, I'm back now. honey. But here we yeah.
I
let me
wanted to
get-
just I wanted to just point out this is the first movie review we did where all four of us had a similar consensus for both movies.
That's true. That's very true.
Because
We didn't-
every
like,
other
we like
movie
them
we've
together.
done, we've all been all over the place. Like, nope, hated it, loved it. And so this is the first time we kind of had a similar consensus for both movies. So
That's actually pretty cool.
we actually picked some good ones.
Oh,
I mean,
Sure.
and what I mean by good is that we all were able to
Right,
agree.
right.
Because usually we don't. So
Oh, trust me. I got some in the bag, honey. You know that.
no, we're not watching.
I got some in the chamber, bitch. You gonna watch a couple of them, 1 or 2, bitch.
Not
You gonna
watching
watch 1 or 2.
the turtle versus the whatever that shit you.
Alien versus Ninja.
We're
is a
not
good
watching
movie.
that.
You are watching it. I have to
I'm
strap you out,
vetoing
get you
it.
drunk. You're watching it.
Well, you have to see. No, but I don't even want to let you go there. I was gonna say you have to strap me
Look at
down,
that.
but you was
Real
gonna take that
kinky.
somewhere else. You was gonna take that somewhere else.
Look, him his kick meter. Wait a minute, straps. Hold on. You had to rethink that shit.
So anyway, Hey, what's the point, viewers? We're gonna wrap this up on that.
Yeah, this has been honestly. I really have enjoyed this episode. It's been fucking dope. We're gonna obviously have way more movie review episodes that we come up with, and if you guys have any movies, not just horror movies, but whatever kind,
rom-com.
Yeah, we want to check them out, and we want to give you guys our opinion. I like rom-coms too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, put them in the comments, man. We'll check them out. We're going to have a whole lot of more movie reviews coming out. So we want to know what you guys also think are good movies to watch. Now, if you want to check us out, you can go to our website, what'sthepoint.com, where you can find old episodes of us, and you can see
What's the Point Pod.
What's the Point Pod? See, it's right there on the screen. What'sthepointpod.com. There you can see old episodes or listen to old episodes, as well as get information about myself, Hemi, Carnage, or Shazam. And if you want to listen to us, you can listen to us on Spotify or wherever you get.
You just gonna take love it, huh?
No, I'm going to pass it to you at the right time. Oh my God. Can I throw it to you at the right time, sir?
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Spotify was my thing, but go ahead.
No, I thought YouTube. Wait.
Take it.
I thought YouTube. I was giving you YouTube.
Okay, go ahead. Finish.
Y'all just see this how we work, right? They just cut me right off. You just see this, right? Okay. So again, I will do mine. If you want to watch us, you can watch us on YouTube.
No, do the Spotify. You already doing it though. You already said Spotify. Finish what you was doing.
Oh God, we are a mess.
Finish. Go ahead. Listen. Tell them where to listen.
If you watch, he's like an old black woman. What is wrong with you?
Tell the folks.
Go tell them listen. Go tell them listening.
Tell the folks where they can listen. Go ahead. I'm gonna do the watch.
Just
go
spicy
ahead.
as fuck. It is
spicy.
Do it. Like, if you want to listen to us, you listen to us every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And Hemi, please tell everybody where they can watch us.
Y'all can watch us Friday mornings at 11 a.m. and it actually goes live. It'll roll out, and then you can watch it later if you want to. But at 11 a.m. on YouTube at What's the Point Pod. Yeah, check us out. Come see about us.
If you want to support us, you can go to artisticwizardrystudios.com. We have all different types of shirts there. Be on the lookout for merchandise coming from us very soon. And like we always say, break the mold and be bold. Hemi, my friend, please tell what? I'm trying here, man. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
See you later. I try to be professional. I try to give class. And you laugh through the whole thing and interrupt me, you big bitch. You big blueberry.
You was just taking all of the glory.
You know what? You like you ate an everlasting gobstopper and got stuck at Thanksgiving.
Rude and disrespectful. That's what you are.
Rude and disrespectful. You whore.
Your great granny.
Bitch went to the lineage. Fuck you, bitch. I'm jumping over bodies, bitch. Your great grandmammy.
I was trying to make sure it was maybe someone you didn't know. I didn't want to be too disrespectful, so I tried to go higher.
I cannot. Oh, girl. I don't know what to say. That was a good episode. I definitely do like that one.